This is ReplicantFish. Like and subscribe for more content. Hello, hope you've had a good day. Hope you felt yourself today, and I don't mean in that way, but if you do so, hey, have fun. But I hope you've reminded yourself of your value today in some way, and I hope in some way you understand your value regardless of if you have someone else in your life or not. Which brings me to today's topic, the topic of don't lose yourself to relationships in 2019. Well, why not? Why wouldn't you want to lose yourself to the bond between a man and a woman? And you could say, well, for as sweet as that sounds, it doesn't always go that way. You see, because for however you may enter a relationship, you have no guarantee how that person may enter the relationship, why they may enter the relationship. Are they there to use you, to take advantage of you? Are they really there because they have genuine interest? They actually like you? Or are they there just because? Just because you feel a need. Now the thing is, jealousy does play a big role in losing yourself to a relationship. For instance, seeing how others have the supposed nice relationships could make some feel jealous that they don't have the same thing. They don't have the same warmth and love in their life. Though that's from your assumption. And also, if you are in a relationship, how not wanting to be alone and to be one of these supposed single people, the terrible single people, they're all lonely and sad, oh please. So it's the fear of not wanting to be that, not just because of what you think, but because how some may feel how others may view them. That they've destroyed the supposed great relationship they've had, and now they're single and, no one loves you, you're single, no one loves you, all that nonsense. You see, because of modern society and the demands they put on us, and also the selling of fairy tales, how men are sold the fairy tale of being the savior of women, and women are sold the fairy tale of men coming to save them. So in looking at both sides of how the fairy tale is being sold, you can see how, let's say, we have been programmed to believe and follow this narrative. Even if it's not so obvious, there are many subtle things in adverts catered towards the way we feel and think about ourselves and other people. Thus, by making people feel jealous that they're not in love and hooked and tied to someone, it would then make them feel bad about themselves and their own lives. They would think, my life is crap. I have no one in my life, thus my life is therefore crap. Now, I've said this before, but I do think many of the societal pressures, the peer pressure we have from others around us as well, how because of that it would make many feel as if they're not normal, and in order to be normal and be like everyone else, the supposed normal people, normal my butt, is to then embark on a relationship, to get yourself into one, or to hold on to the one you already have. Hold on to it for dear life. Even if you know it's crap, doesn't matter, hold on to it for dear life. See, because of all of this, I do believe it causes many neuroses, many short-term mental illnesses that many go through in trying to understand where they fit in this world. And because for many they feel as if they don't fit, they feel as if they're not attractive to the opposite sex, or the opposite sex just wants to use them, so they feel they have no choice but to throw themselves at a relationship just to be like everyone else who is supposedly the norm. But you see, my point is, one of the most destructive things we could ever have as human beings is a relationship. Now let me be clear, this is not me saying relationships are inherently bad and that every relationship you get in is going to be bad. That's not what I'm saying for a second. Also, I'm saying feel free to do whatever it is you want to do. 'Tis your life. But the point I'm making is, a relationship can be one of the most destructive things we can have in our lives because of how much we commit to them. How much we put our all into them. How much we base so much of who we are on them, on the fact of the person we have in our lives, and the fact that we have another person in our lives. But you see, because that commitment is so strong where emotions are involved as well, personally I believe every heartbreak you have through a relationship, from a relationship, whatever, I believe that does leave a mark on you. And I do not like the saying of, just carry on. For me that saying is stupid. In a sense it's saying that it does not matter how this person had treated you, how bad this person was to you, does not matter, forget that and move on to someone else. Where I believe this pushing of people to constantly move on to someone else, I believe it stops many from sitting back and thinking for a second, wait a second, Let me observe who I am before I continually give myself to someone else. Let me see who I am. Let me take apart the various aspects of myself and examine them. Let me see who I am before I throw myself into something else so damaging. Bad relationships are damaging simply because many can't come back from the heartbreak. It is a common thing for many people after a relationship to harm themselves. It's a common thing for many men to actually take their lives after a bad relationship. Because in a sense, for men, their commitment is so heavy that they don't see a way to get past the pain, to get past the emotion they feel after giving so much. So when men do choose to be single, it's in no way a sense that men should be shamed all the time if they choose to be so. As in a sense, if women choose to be single because of the things they've been through, that is understandable. But I do believe it should be understood both ways, because in modern times it clearly isn't. A single man is something to be shamed instead of understood. Where as human beings, we understand how heavy relationships actually are. We understand how deep the commitment actually is. We understand how easy it is for one to lose themselves to a relationship. And this is why I always have the saying of, to keep something in reserve, to always have an escape plan, to always have the ability to leave, to not hold on to a person for dear life that you would destroy yourself by holding on to them for dear life. Their life may be sinking and crumbling, but because you do not want to lose them, you will hold on to them and sink and crumble with them. You see, the true power is in learning to let go. Learning to let go of another person. The fear of losing someone would make many people do stupid things just to keep them in their lives. The question you should ask yourself is, are they actually worth it? How much is this person actually worth it? Does this person deserve my all? Does this person deserve everything I am giving them? Does this person deserve my love, my time, energy, and affection, and so on? Regardless of how you see love, does this person deserve it? Does this person deserve you changing your life for them? Does this person deserve you stopping your life for them? Does this person deserve you making yourself sad, depressed, and broken? For them, are they worth it? The question more should be, what are you worth? Because if you understand your worth, you understand, I will not tolerate this crap. I will not tolerate this nonsense. Clearly, this person has no benefit to my life at all. No matter how much I care for them, they are not doing anything for me to make my life better, to make our life better as a couple. Regardless of what others may think, I understand right now I need to get away from this person. See, the point is, as I always say, is to value yourself above your value for someone else. In other words, learn to love yourself more than the love you give to others, namely in a romantic sense. Understand, no matter how you feel for someone, this person has their own free will. They can choose to leave you anytime they want. You see, for as nice and beautiful as good relationships actually are, for as good as they actually are for the time they're actually good, do you know what the sad thing is? How it is pushed so much that the way you will find happiness in this world is to find happiness through another person. You see, I have been taught that my entire life, not only by media, but by people as well. There were not many people in my life that ever said, step back and look again. Look at what you actually see and what makes sense to you. Does it make sense to you? Can you rationalize your full commitment to this person? If you can't, in no way should you feel ashamed for not wanting to attach your life to someone else. This world would have you believe it. And because many do fear being lonely, many do fear it. But never believe for a second that your life is nothing unless you have someone else in your life. All that means is that you're not living for yourself. You're living for others, waiting for others, neglecting yourself all the time. When you remember who you are, there is less chance others have the ability to take anything from you, especially the way you feel about yourself. With self-love and relentless efficiency, focus, observe, remember. The world is yours. Have a nice day.